Stop listening to the national media about the housing market if you're interested in buying or selling your property in Rapid City. It ain't gonna be the same. Hey everybody, it's Tristan Emond with Mindful Living Realty, a realtor right here in Rapid City, South Dakota, the gateway to the Black Hills. I'm going to give you 4 reasons why the Rapid City real estate market is different than what you hear over the national media. Number 1, prices are still going up. I know, hard to believe. You've heard prices are plummeting to 20% in some areas. Not in Rapid City. In the first quarter of 2022, the average sold price point in our Black Hills MLS system was about $350,000. Second quarter was about $360,000. And now recently, that price is up to $365,000. Now, of course, they're not as crazy as they have been in the past couple years, where we are seeing 15% growth per year. And these numbers aren't a huge growth, but they're not going down drastically. However, we have seen less activity than it was earlier this year, where it seemed like every property was multiple offers, over asking price, etc., etc. Now we're seeing more and more seller concessions, homes staying on the market longer, so buyers at least have a chance to look at a few more and think about which ones they might want to purchase. Which leads us into point number 2. We are still in a seller's market. So there's this number, it's called the absorption rate, which tells us if it's a seller's market, a balanced market, or a buyer's market. Now to calculate this number, you take the number of active properties that are active right now, and you divide that by the number of properties that have sold in the past 30 days. And the idea is, okay, if we keep selling things at this rate, how many months will it take for the active properties to sell? I just ran these numbers today. We presently have 355 active homes for sale in the Black Hills MLS system. In the past 30 days, 126 of them have sold. This gives us a 2.8 months supply. Around the 6 months of supply is considered a balanced market. Anything beyond 6, 7, and above is considered a buyer's market. So you can see we're still subtly in the seller's market. I also ran these numbers for the end of 2019 to kind of give us an idea of what things were like back then before the old craziness that happened in the past couple years. At the end of 2019, 3.9 months of supply. So we even have a stronger seller's market today than we had back in 2019. Which then leads us into point number 3. Inventory may not increase. Let's take a look at the active inventory numbers for the past year. Now these active numbers are just what it was on that day, a historical number, but it gives us a reference point to get a feel of how things have flowed through the year. In April, there are 309 homes on the market. In July, there are 397. Today, there are 355. So while we have seen an increase in inventory in the past year, it hasn't gone up exponentially. And the only way to get out of a seller's market is to have more properties for sale than there are buyers to buy them. Based on the information that I've shared with you so far and the current activity in the market, that's probably not something that's going to happen anytime really soon. And on top of all that, let's not forget about the fact that the owners that are in the properties right now probably are sitting at 3%, 4% interest rates. For them to sell their property and buy another property at 7% interest rate is going to be something that probably isn't going to happen. If they don't need to move out of the area due to family or work or warmth or whatever it is, it's probably not going to make a lot of sense for them financially to sell their property and to buy another one. So that will only exacerbate our inventory problem. And finally, let's talk about number 4, the history of real estate in the Rapid City area. I know I've talked about this before, but it bears repeating again. Back in 2008, when the rest of the country was down, 50, 60%, we were down 6%. It's been said when the rest of the country gets the flu, Rapid City gets the sniffles. And that's exactly how things happened back in that day. So while other parts of the country might be seeing 20% decrease in home values, here in Rapid City, not so much. We generally see a steady uptick in home prices year over year over year. Now that yearly uptick might be single digits, but it's a slow, steady gain in the Rapid City area. If you buy a property in the Rapid City area and you hold on to it for 5 or 10 years, you should be able to sell that property without a problem and probably make a profit in the end. So while the national media is thriving on the doom and gloom housing market reports that they're providing, things in Rapid City remain kind of the same. Is it a good time to sell your property? Of course. You probably won't be getting it sold in a weekend. You probably won't be getting multiple offers for over asking price. And you're going to need to do those things to make it look as nice as possible so that it looks the best for the buyers because they have got a few more homes to look at than they did even 6 months ago. For you buyers, I know it's tough right now. Those higher interest rates, they pack a wallop. But if you're waiting for prices to really decrease in the Rapid City area before buying, you might be out of luck. I fully expect things to really start flying again during the spring market. I wish I could tell you what's going to happen with these interest rates. Are they going to go up? Are they going to go down? When is all this change going to happen? But I can reiterate that which we've already talked about. I don't see the Rapid City real estate prices declining in value drastically in the near future. All right, there you go. The 4 reasons why you shouldn't listen to the media when it comes to the Rapid City real estate market. I hope I've given you some information to help you make the decisions and make them appropriate for you and your family. Of course, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Let's talk about you and your situation. Let's get you connected with a lender and see what they say about your situation. My scheduling link is below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day, and remember, love where you live.